3, 2, 1. I think we are live. Hello, everybody. Hello, Dixie Belle. Dixie Belle family, how are you? My name is Tracy. I'm with Tracy's Fancy, and I am here coming to you live from San Antonio, Texas. I'm in my workshop tonight, and we meet here every single Wednesday night at the same time, 7 o'clock Central Time, like a big family to go over either something new or something that I'm working on in my shop, or maybe I'm answering a question for you guys. And we spend usually about 40, 45 minutes. Hi, Terry. I'm so glad to see you here. Hi, Gina. Facebook, I am with you, and Matt is manning Instagram. So Matt, if you'll let me know if anyone has any specific question, Instagram, please feel free to just type in your question, and Matt will get that to me. So,
Julie Johnson's on, says hello.
Julie's on Instagram. Hi, hun, how are you? Someone's working again. Hey, Marianne. Oh, I hate this little stars thing. It needs to go away. That needs to go away. Watching from Texas. I'm so glad. Hi, Tara from New Hampshire. Good to see you. Thank you for telling me where you're tuning in from. Dixie Belle loves it if you'll let us know where you're tuning in from. Dixie Belle is based out of Florida. We have retailers across the country. We've got retailers in other countries, stockists in other countries. We are a one-stop shop for painting products. So it's not just chalk mineral paint that you can paint your furniture. You really can paint anything that will sit still long enough. You can paint. They have any type of product that you could think of to make this paint adhere to any type of surface. So tonight hi Debbie. Tonight we're gonna move forward with a project that I started last week with you guys, and we're really focusing on beginner painters. So painters that have never painted before. I wanted to kind of build you up and get you up to just trusting that you could. I got so many messages after last week's broadcast from people saying, thank you, thank you, thank you. I loved that the simple project that you did. It was this nightstand. Kind of put us into the mindset that I know you've got something in your home or in your garage that you don't like how it looks, and you've really toyed with thinking about putting some paint on it. So let's just walk through the process. So that's what we did. And here we go. We've got 2 coats of one single color on here. It looks like a completely different piece. But what I also wanted to drive home for everyone is that even when you see super fancy pieces that have got patterns and product all over it, and it's blended and it looks like it's got a life of its own, even when you see pieces like that, those pieces, hi Pat, those pieces started just like this. It's just a building process. So you can get this far and then stop and be done. And then if you get this far, hi Monica, if you get this far and you decide you want to stay with this, and you wait, a couple months down the road and you're living with it and you're like, I think I might want to do a little bit more to it. Then you just pick up where you left off and you can add a little bit more. It's all about building. So we're going to build a little bit tonight, and beginners can do it. If you've never done something like this before, you can do it. Go back and watch last week's right here. You can find it on Dixie Belle's videos. I also go live on Tracy's Fancy, my Facebook page. I would love it if you guys would follow me there on Facebook and Instagram as well. I did both. I did this on both channels. And then you can come back to tonight's video and do what we're about to do right now. From Scotland, hi there. That is so funny. So I think I'm very, very Scottish. I just wanted you to know that. I did 23andMe, and I also did, what's that other one? Oh, what's the Ancestry? Yeah. I know this is not paint related, and y'all don't want to hear about my life. We get people telling us that all the time. Don't stop talking about yourself. But I have to tell you, I am like so Scottish. Like really, like.
Can't you hear the bagpipes?
Yeah, I can hear the bagpipes right now. Yeah, Scottish and Irish. That is, that's me. Anyway, so before we get started, I'm going to make this fancy process really easy for you, but I would love it, Facebook, if you would hit that share button. Thank you so much. Instagram, if you know someone who would like this video, please tag them. Let them know that we are live here right now. Kathy says hello to you, babe. She says hello. Hello. All right, so you may have seen in a video a few days ago that I got, and me, along with 11 or 12 other brand ambassadors, these boxes, a big, huge stack of them on my porch. So these are the brand ambassador kits, and I actually had to open 6 of them to find my own. So Dixie Belle has asked us to share our own on a live video. So that's what I'm doing right here. Of course, I couldn't wait to open them, but I thought I was gonna do like surprise openings. I know some of the brand ambassadors are doing that. But then today we got a note, can you make sure you share your own on a live? And I was like, well, how am I supposed to know? It's not marked. There's all these boxes. So I was like, this will be kind of curious. How many do I have to open before I get to my own? I had to open 6 before I could get to my own. So this is mine. I haven't pulled it out. All I did was I peeked and I'm like, that's my Alice chair. So this is a side note. We're gonna do this as a side note, and then we're gonna move on to this, which is kind of matches. Not matches, but same vibe, whimsical. By the way, that's something that that's kind of my brand. It's something that I do often. Whimsical decor, whimsical furniture. Oh man, I think you got in the way of my internet signal. You broke my signal. Don't move. Don't move. Juana, hi Juana.
Can
Juana,
I see that on Facebook?
I'm gonna lift it up. No, I'm gonna lift it up. You don't need to move. All right, so it comes like this in a box, and mine's pink, favorite color. And this is so cute. How cute is this? So if you haven't seen them yet, these are the kits. These are Dixie Belle's. They're calling them the Design Inspo boxes, the Design Inspo kits. And they did not hold back on these, you guys. They're like a present, which is what I love, because you can actually send it as a present because it arrives like this. So if you know someone like a mom or a sister or someone that's super crafty or wants to be super crafty, wants to be creative, this is a gift waiting for them right here. So all of the ambassadors have their own. They all did a look. It's called a look box. So we all did a lock. I said lock because I saw Joy. Hi Joy. We all did a look. And this one's mine. So as you can see, if we pull the ribbon aside, you can see right in the inside, that's my little postcard. That's my chair. And there is a little note in there for me as well. So let's open it up. This is my box. I love it. I probably should have opened it sooner and then taken a picture. All right, so inside this box is my card. It's got my picture right there. It shows the Alice transfer, and then it's got a picture of my chair, and it has this little QR code right here that you can scan, and it actually takes you right to my blog. So the point of this is, this information is available elsewhere, but it's nice to have it all in one place. You can order these items individually, but it's nice to have. Some people love a kit. They want to get everything all in one. I mean, Stitch Fix, think about that. Stitch Fix, or what's the health and wellness face, the Birchbox or whatever. We can get those things everywhere else, but it's nice to get it in a box, open it up, and it feels like, you know, a nice little present to yourself. So this is what it has listed. Actually, it doesn't have listed what's in it. Let me tell you what's in my kit. The Alice transfer, which you guys have gone nuts with. If you have not seen the Alice in Wonderland transfer, here it is on my chair. You probably have seen them online if you follow any furniture painter. Alice transfer was super, super popular. Okay, so we've got gemstone mousse in gold. We have Light Lightning Cleaner. I don't need to open that. I don't need to open the gemstone mousse, but let me show you what colors we got. Think we did who knows my favorite white? Who can tell me my favorite white? Hi, Debbie. Debbie, this isn't replay. We're here, we're live. We're live right now. Who can tell me what my favorite white is? Let me see. Show me. Tell me. It's got my favorite white. Yes, Maureen. Maureen got it. It's got fluff. What about my favorite black? What's my favorite Dixie Belle black? It's fluff, Kathy, you're right. And it's got my favorite black. Someone tell me that. Fluff, fluff, fluff is my white. Oh, it's got my favorite black. And then it's got the overall color of the chair itself is Plum Crazy. Plum Crazy, super, super, super deep. Yes, Fluff. Is Fluff one of your best sellers? It's my favorite white. So we've got Fluff, duh. And we are live. Debbie, are you so Debbie, my main name's Pool and you're Claypool. Caviar, says Terry.
Vita Pica says caviar.
It is caviar, that's right. You got it.
I don't think I'm reading that right, but
You got it. You said it for them. So, okay, let's set this aside. So it comes with the transfer. It comes with white lightning to clean your chair. It comes with fluff, caviar for the stripes on the seat, fluff for the background. Plum Crazy is the overall color on the chair. This is Best Staying Wax in Black because this is what I did all of my shadowing on the chair with. The transfer itself, which is the Alice transfer, and then clear spray wax, which is what I use to seal my fabric chairs. Now listen, just because you get this kit doesn't mean you have to use it on a chair. If painting on fabric scares you and you don't want to do that yet, you can use this kit on absolutely anything. So, yay! What's up tonight? I'm about to show you. So, you can use this on absolutely anything. And actually, when I open the other brand ambassadors kits, I'm going to do that. I'm not going to do their piece. I'm just going to open their kit and put it on something else. Put it on a mailbox, or put it on a jewelry box, or put it on, something that a canvas bag. I'm going to challenge myself to that. So that you will see that just because you have the kit doesn't mean you have to go find that piece of furniture that looks exactly like that. So, let's see. Girl, you're the pattern queen. I tried the Harlequin pattern from one of your old videos. Let's just say it was about 92% accurate. That's okay. There's options, right? And now Dixie Belle has the Mylar Harlequin stencil, right? Do you have to put something over the transfers? Yes, I used the Easy Peasy spray wax over the transfers. I sure did.
Are the boxes brand ambassador specific? Do you purchase through them?
You can use my links. We're all just promoting with our link. So if you follow my link that's listed, Instagram, it's link in bio. And Dixie Belle, my link is listed, or Facebook, my link is listed above this video. Just follow that link over and you can purchase any of the boxes there, any at all.
Gribbo24 says, can I join, please?
Can you join?
Can she join?
Is it Grambo? Is it Grambo?
Gribbo?
Oh, Grambo. I don't know.
GRIBBO24?
You can join. You're here. You're already here. You're with us. Welcome. Welcome, welcome. We keep the practice pieces for ourselves. Yeah.
She says, can I get them in the UK?
Oh, yes, actually, you can get them in the UK, but I don't have the answer to that right now, like who or where you can get those from. I need to check with our UK brand ambassadors and find out where we can get that from. But I will come back to this comment on Instagram and answer you, okay? I know, super exciting. It is really, really exciting. So I hope that, I just like the box. I mean, doesn't it look like it needs to have a cake in it? It looks like a party. If I were to have picked a box for my chair, this is the box I would have picked. So I hope it will be, if you've hesitated, because I get so many people say that they're overwhelmed when they go to shop on the site. They're like, it's just too much. I don't know what to do. Can you help me load my cart? So now it's just kind of all in one place. So, all right, let's move on. We've done whimsical, let's move on to whimsical. So here we are. I don't know if you guys saw my video that I put up before I went live tonight, but I did one side already. It's not completed. It's just the next layer. It's the next layer, okay? Let's see, here we go. What? Did you see this? Look at this. So it's the next layer. This is what we're doing. I know, Maureen, it really is a really good idea. We've been waiting a really long time for kits. We really have. I know that a few of us brand ambassadors have been asking for branded kits or kits that are a certain look. So we're really, really excited about it. And I appreciate you guys being excited with me. So right here, this is something I'm working on. It's on one of the sides of the armoire. I know, I love it. It's checks. So there are many, many, many ways that not many, many, many. There's a few ways you can achieve these checks. One, and I'm going to tell y'all the easiest way tonight. One.
What color is it on your dresser there?
This is tea rose. Okay, so I've got my colors right here. We're keeping it very simple because we're doing beginner look. So we're doing 3 colors. The very first color was called tea rose, right here, tea rose. This is this color, right here. Tea rose, it's in the chalk mineral paint line. If you like silk, if you prefer to paint with silk, which is the Dixie Belle's all-in-one paint that has a built-in bonding primer and a built-in blocking primer and a built-in top coat, the silk color is called conch. Is it conch shell? Conch. Conch or conch?
I believe it's spelled conch and you pronounce it
Conch.
But if you're down there, they actually say conch.
Oh, they say conch.
Yes.
Well, it's
two different names.
C-O-N-C-H is the pink that is close to it in silk. But anyway, this is Tea Rose in chalk mineral paint because that's like my love. I love this. That's that. Then my background here is Sawmill Gravy. So I usually use black and white when I do stripes or patterns. Either Maureen says, thank you. Matt just schooled me on it. So this is not fluff. I usually use fluff and caviar, but on this piece I wanted to be a little more subdued, not so contrasting, harsh. So I went with Sawmill Gravy, which is this color right here, and it's literally the color of gravy, like cream gravy. That's in the background, and we're gonna do this together in just a second. Oh, babe, I'm gonna need the extension cord and the heat gun, please. The heat gun's hanging on the end of my workshop bench, on the end of my workbench. And then the squares, instead of doing them in caviar or midnight sky, they're actually done in gravel road, which is a deep, dark charcoal gray that has a little bit of a brown undertone to it, like you can imagine a gravel road having. So this is exciting. Please, please, please hit that share button. Let people know that we're doing this. I don't do checks on live video very often. Usually people have to take my courses, or maybe they're in a tutorial, or you might see just like a little sneak peek of it, but I'm gonna walk y'all through it tonight. Sharing the goods, that's what I said on my post today. Thank you, baby. All right, so if you're wondering why the sides are left off, I have other plans. I'm gonna be building other things on top of this. It's not just gonna be a pink dresser with a square in the middle with checks in it. So it's gonna be a lot of gold. There's gonna be some gold leaf. So I'm doing some things over in these corners. So why check it? Why go to the trouble if I know this is going to get covered up anyway? So I kind of have my idea. But if you want to do the whole thing, you just do the whole thing. And I'm going to walk y'all through that on the other side. Okay? All right. So let's turn this around. Turn, turn, turn. If you wonder why the legs, like look at the legs on this side. Can y'all see? Facebook, I don't think you can see. There we go. The legs, I have one coat of Sawmill Gravy here. These are going to be black, not black and white stripe, but Gravel Road and Sawmill Gravy stripes. And over here, I've only done a little bit of it around. I need to flip it. I'm going to actually flip it upside down to paint the feet so that make sure that I get every bit of it. But I just wanted to show y'all what it would look like painted. So here we go. We're gonna do this right now. Matt, could you tell me what time it is? I wanna watch time closely.
It is 7:17.
All right, we got time. So let's get going. We're gonna do this as fast. Here, baby, can you plug that in? We're gonna do this as fast as we possibly can. Beginners, watch and listen. If my preferred way to do this is with a ruler. I use a ruler, this size right here, about a 1 inch wide. I make my stripes across it like this. I hold it, I do a pencil line. Hold it, do a pencil line. All the way across, then I turn it horizontally, hold it, do a pencil with myself. And I sit and I paint every single hand-painted square. That's the way I prefer to do it. I like it. I know it's crazy. It's painstaking. Is the painstaking a word? It's painstaking, but I enjoy it for myself. Not everybody likes that though. So you can also use a stencil. Now Dixie Belle has a brand new stencil out, right? The Buffalo Check. So the Buffalo Check stencil, you actually could use that, but in order for it to work, you would need to cut your Buffalo Check stencil so it sits inside this all the way. It's not gonna fit in there perfectly unless you are willing to cut your stencil. You could Buffalo Check it, and then on the part of the stencil that has the little sideways slants, if you look it up, you'll see what I mean. Just follow my link over and look at it. You could just take your stencil off, let it dry, and then put the whole square back over your slanted square and fill that in. You could stencil it as well, but you're gonna have to cut your stencil, okay? All right, we're not gonna do either one of those. We are gonna tape off. And this is the tape I went and got today. I was out, so this is Scotch Blue. Doesn't matter what kind of tape you use. It is about the same size as the ruler, about the same size. This is what I'm using, all right? So the main thing is we first need to get a coat of white paint on. So this has Tea Rose on it. I'm gonna use a small 1 inch craft brush right now, a 1 inch craft brush. I'm only gonna do the frame because I want to make sure that the inside lip stays nice and clean. I don't wanna have to go back and touch it back up with pink paint. That's just more time. Okay, so just use a small brush at first to frame it out. Just gonna hit it from the inside, kind of get up here in the corner, and then just drag it down. Just keep your brush kind of level with the side. I usually just kind of go like this, and then I get serious about it. And I come back to this line to reload my paint. So this line right here kind of becomes like my palette, and then I just run my brush just all the way down the side like this. All the way down. Again, we're gonna do the corner. This is super fast, okay? So here we go, same thing. We're gonna run this brush across. We're just framing it out in a different color. And you can do this in any color you want. Any color that you want. Doesn't have to be black and white. We could do tone on tone. We could have done another pink. We could have gone with, you know, like champagne, pink champagne Dixie Belle has, or even soft pink, or even you know, one of the beiges. We could have done that and kept it really, really subtle. Okay, the main thing is you want to run your brush. I'm going to spray it just a little bit, just a little spritz. You want to run your brush around this edge that you've left here. You don't want it to dry with a thick ridge. So we're just going to kind of run our brush like that. And now we're going to do our last line. I'm going to turn this thing a little bit and get this last row right here. Can y'all see? Yeah. Matt, you're awfully quiet over there. No one talking on Instagram? Instagram, y'all are always so quiet.
Yeah, Leah Bagby 5 says, my granddaughter was born yesterday. I can't wait to paint her something with this pink.
Oh, congratulations. Congratulations to you.
Nice.
That's awesome. What they name her? I would love to know what they named her. A new grandbaby girl. How many granddaughters do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4. We have four granddaughters, right? 1, Sophie, 2, 3, 4. We have 4. Okay, so I've done my frame. See that? So now I'm going to pick up my bigger brush, which is my flat medium. My favorite flat medium is my top #1 favorite synthetic brush that Dixie Belle has. I'm going to go ahead and pre-spray. This is just water if you're new. It's just a spritzer. You don't have to have it. You can just have a cup of water next to you and just dip your brush in a little bit of water, not much. It just helps the paint move a lot easier so it doesn't go on so thick. It just really helps spread it out.
Her name is Everly Rose.
Everly Rose. We have an Everly in the family. I love that. That's beautiful. Congratulations. Everly Rose and Tea Rose. I'm gonna use some Tea Rose paint. All right, so there we go. Put just a little bit more on to soak up some of that water. I got a little heavy-handed with the water spritzer. And then we are gonna dry this. What did you do? Don't be pushing any buttons. I'll hit decline. I did put do not disturb mine. Anyway, don't push buttons, babe, from the side. All right. Be telling Matt what to do. Don't be pushing any buttons. Don't be into my live. Okay, so that's that. It's done. You do not have to have a perfect coat when you're doing checks because you're just gonna paint right over the top of it. So for my beginners, this is a heat gun. It's really just like a super fancy blow dryer. It's not a lot different than a blow dryer, except it gets a lot hotter and it will burn you. The silver part right here will take your skin right off. So we're just gonna heat gun this. Oh, hey Debbie, Debbie's on. Hi Debbie and Deborah. Debbie works for me, or not say for me, Debbie works with me. And she often is sharing links for me here, which is really nice. I appreciate her doing that. If anyone has any questions or is looking for anything specific on my blog, she's always willing to share a link or to any specific product as well. Okay, so we're drying this. Dry. Instagram, any other comments from Instagram?
No.
So, no one likes to watch paint dry, but I want you to see how fast you really can do this, and especially when you are willing to force dry it. Now you can see up here it's a little thin because I did use some water. That's okay. When you check it, it isn't really even going to matter. And especially because this is just a base layer. Now, if you want it to be completely perfect, if you want your check to be crisp and clean and sharp, then I would recommend you put a coat on, let it dry, and then put a second coat on and let it dry before you start taping off for the dark checks. But we're doing more of a very, I'm going to be going for an old world grunged out look on this piece. Kind of blinged a little bit.
Katie Cole wants to know, what tool is this you're using, your heat gun?
This is by Wagner. I got it at Home Depot. It's a heat gun. Looks like a blow dryer. It does put off heat. See? No, I'm not.
Start a fire.
No, if I move it, it does put off air. It will move things, but not a lot, not as much as a blow dryer. But it force dries your paint, especially when you're working with chalk mineral paint, because it dries so quickly. If you don't live in an area with, like, you know, if you're in a dry climate, this paint is dry within 15, 20 minutes. So.
Colette says she painted today and did a bad job with the Harlequin stencil.
Who did?
Colette.
Colette, I'm sorry, honey, but you know what? It's not a bad job. It was practice. It was practice. So, and it's just paint. You know, you can start over. You can sand it back. You can cover it up and try it again. Stencils are, I think this method right here is really, really easy for the checks because it's tape. I love stencils, but it's years of practice. So, trying to think, I've done a lot of stencils on YouTube that show my technique.
She said you made it look so easy.
Aw, it's just because I've done it a lot, girls. So, and trust me, doing it a lot, I also messed up a lot. So, did that too. Okay, so this is dry to touch, pretty dry to touch. So let's start taping off. So we're gonna do horizontal lines first. What do? Always, we de-tack our tape. So I either put it on my pants, I put it across my shirt, pull it off, you wanna de-tack it. So we're gonna tape every other line just like this, okay? Every other line. Then we're gonna pull 2 small ones off. This isn't difficult, it's just a step-by-step process. We're gonna pull 2 small ones off just like this. And I won't finish this on here, guys. I will be going live on my own page after this, and we'll carry on. But also, if you don't catch on and you want to see it again, I will be making a YouTube video of this as well. I've shot some YouTube footage today, so you can expect there to be a YouTube video. And I also put out a blog every single week, and this will have a blog on it. And I embed my YouTube videos in the blog. Okay, so my next piece of tape goes there. I pull this off. These are my spacers, and I put it right there and right here. Those are my spacers, okay? I'm trying to be a little bit gentle with the tape because my paint is very, very, you know, my paint's a newborn. It's fresh. Naturals baseball game in Arkansas. Hey there, who said that? Who said that? Oh, it's Debbie. Hi, Debbie. Which white did I use? I used Sawmill Gravy, Debbie. Sawmill Gravy.
You're also using, what pink is that?
The pink is Tea Rose. And the white, it's actually not a white, but it's Sawmill Gravy. And the dark that I used was called Gravel Road. No, it's not fluff this time, guys. It's Sawmill Gravy. Sawmill Gravy.
By Deep Bucky says, as I says always, you're the furniture wizard above your work.
Oh, who said that?
I think it's by Deep IKEA. I'm not by Dipika. I don't know how she says that.
Thank you. That's really nice of you. Thank you so much. So this is the same technique that you do for stripes, y'all. And the reason I use 2 pieces of tape for spacers is because otherwise your stripes might start to angle down a little bit. This makes sure that you keep your stripes straight. Okay. Another one here. So you would, if you were doing stripes, you would stop after this, but we're not. We're gonna tape 3 more times. The check method with tape does use a lot of tape. Tea Rose and Grays, hi Joy. Yeah, I love Tea Rose and Grays as well. I'll be doing some blending on the front of this piece. The sides are gonna be the checks with some gold leaf, and then the front's gonna be some blending in the tea rose and the Sawmill Gravy and the gravel road.
What's the difference between other paint and Dixie Belle paint?
You know, well, a lot of differences. It just really depends on what you're after. Dixie Belle paint is a chalk mineral paint. It's not a latex paint. It's not an acrylic paint. It has no VOCs. It is very, very safe, completely non-toxic. It's made in the USA. It is...
Goes on a lot easier than other chalk paints.
Goes on super easy. It's very highly pigmented. It's got a ton of pigmentation, which means it has better coverage in one coat, better coverage in 2 coats. I've used a lot of chalk mineral paints over the years, and when I first started using them, I thought they were meant to be super watery, and they're not. It just means that paint is not as, it's not as much, it's dense. It doesn't have as much of the minerals in it.
Kim Boylan says, first time with you from lockdown in Australia.
Oh.
Love the piece.
Thank you very much.
And Audrey says, have you ever painted an old-fashioned tea cart?
Not a tea cart. I actually have not done a tea cart. I've done, no, not the actual tea carts. I've done lots of teapot sets.
Do you have to seal after you paint?
You do not actually have to seal chalk mineral paint. You don't. Oddly, it does seal itself, but it needs 30 days to cure. But most of us do seal it because who's got 30 days to wait to use it? We're all too anxious to use it. So what I'm doing right here is I'm taping over this bottom part that I don't want to get any dark paint on this pink lip. You could actually not worry about it and then just go back and touch it up with pink afterwards, but I like to cover that lip. Anyway, most of us do use top coats, and the beauty of Dixie Belle top coats is that they have many. They have flat, satin, gloss, gator hide, which is outdoor, for outdoor use, and hardy water repellent use. They also have every kind of wax, spray wax, liquid wax, paste wax, colored wax, everything you can think of to seal. All right, so...
I was going to say, Curious Creative Kara says, you're my favorite Wednesday way to wait in my car for the kids at Taekwondo.
Oh, you are so sweet, Kara. Thank you. Gotta love those kids, man. They keep us busy, don't they? Zadie's up. Right now Zadie's in cheer. We're up at 6:45 every morning and, tumbling. And I'm like, isn't it summer? Okay, so what I'm doing is I'm just pressing really tight in this inner corner here with my finger. I didn't do that really well. So I'm gonna go back and do that. Okay, now we're gonna start our vertical stripes. Okay, so I just start on one side, de-tack it, start on one side, and press that. Okay, so we're making a checkerboard pattern. Same thing, I'm gonna use 2 small pieces for my spacers. So I put one up here and one down here. So do you see how much tape we use?
Wendy wants to know why you're putting the tape on your pants first.
It's called de-tacking it. Hello, Yassine. I'm de-tacking it. Because I just painted my paint. I mean, I literally, how long has it been, guys? 15 minutes since I put that white paint on there. I force dried it. I don't want it to, when I pull my tape off, I don't want it to pull my paint off. So I'm de-tacking it first, just taking a little bit of the sticky off by putting it on my clothes or on the drop cloth in front of me, but I don't have one. And then it hopefully won't be as sticky when I pull my tape off. Because we're using a lot of tape.
Bitey Pika just said, I just heard about the extra coat. Why do we need that?
The extra coat is for silk paint. That's for silk paint. It's the same thing as gator hide. It's the same product. So if you are using silk paint and silk paint does not require a top coat. It's already got a top coat built in it. But a lot of people want to use it in an area that's going to be super high traffic or is going to be, oh shoot, I forgot that I'm not, I did the whole side. I wasn't going to do the whole side. I wanted it to match the other side. Oh well. Silk paint. So you can use gator hide on silk paint, but some of the retailers only carry silk paint. They don't carry Dixie Belle paint. So because they don't carry Dixie Belle paint, they don't get gator hide. So in order to allow them to have gator hide, instead of having silk paint and then gator hide, it's just done for the look of the person in the store. They want it to match and look good on the shelf. So they labeled it to match the silk paint. It's the same thing. Hi, Tammy from Hollywood.
Golden Moon says, best thing you can see before going to sleep. Sending love and positive vibes from Morocco.
Oh, that is so sweet. From Morocco, thank you.
Leslie says, thanks for the full list of product sealants and brand new to Dixie Belle. And Joanne just joined us from Canada.
Well, thank you. And you are so welcome. You are so welcome. Okay, so this is the last one here. And welcome to Dixie Belle. Welcome to the Dixie Belle family. I'd love to have you here every single Wednesday night, right here.
Crazy Craft is signing in from Chile.
Isn't that amazing how far we can reach? Isn't that crazy?
Mm-hmm.
All right, so look here, guys. Here we go. This is our first set. So now you take your hand, or, let's say, where's my rags? Do you see my rag? Here it is. You can take your hand or your rag. You just want to go and make sure that your tape is down really, really well. Make sure your tape is laid down well, just like that. Okay, so now I'm going to take my brush. I don't need this brush anymore, baby. I'm going to take my brush. I had used it in the Sawmill Gravy, but I don't care. Valerie, you forgot to say hey. Hi, hun. I don't care. It's got Sawmill Gravy on it. I'm not looking for a crisp, clear color of any sort. So I'm going to actually mark off some of my, sorry guys, don't do that. Well, I want to remind myself not to paint some of that. So I'm going to do this. Y'all don't do this part, okay? Y'all don't do this part. I just forgot that I didn't want to tape the whole thing. So I'm trying to remind myself. Okay, so I'm going to take my 1-inch brush, my 1-inch brush. It's got Sawmill Gravy on it already. I'm dipping it a little bit into Sawmill Gravy, and I'm going to burnish my tape. What that means is I'm literally just going to tape over. I'm going to paint over all of my tape here because I want, just like we do on the stripes, you guys, I want this Sawmill Gravy to go underneath the lines of the tape. I want it to go under the edges of the tape and seal it off so that when I come back and I paint with the charcoal color, that it doesn't go underneath and make feathery looking little lines on my checks. I want my checks to be super crisp like you saw on the other side. Super, super crisp. If you came in late, I'll flip this around so you can see the other side in just a minute.
Phil Valley says, love you from Rockville, Maryland. And by Kie says, I love the live sessions. Feels like I'm talking to you in person.
That's so nice. That's the point.
I'm not wearing my glasses, so it's a little hard to see.
That's the point. We want you guys to feel like y'all are right here. All of us ambassadors, content creators, retailers, we go live and we want y'all to feel like part of the family. We try to answer as many questions as we possibly can and just educate you and show you how easy the product is to use and how fun it is to use. It's an amazing product. It's definitely changed my life, that's for sure. How about yours, Matt?
Yes, it has changed my life.
How has it changed your life, honey? How has Dixie Belle changed your life?
Well, there are heavy presents in your life, so there are heavy presents in my life.
Matt does not work for Dixie Belle, you guys. He just helps me here, but
yes, but I like their product lines.
He does. He likes using their paint a lot.
I think their paint is the best chalk paint, and I love their brushes, so
Aww.
I'm a big fan of Dixie Belle.
See, look how nice. That's a guy. Did y'all hear that? Okay, so we're almost done burnishing. I could have used a bigger brush, but I don't want to lay down a ton of paint. Who said this? I did come in late, sorry. I'm just Amber. I know, babe. You've been through a lot, hon. I'm glad you're here. I'm glad you're here. Okay, so it's all burnished. I could have used a bigger brush. You could use a roller if you want, but I like to use as little paint as possible. And this helps me use just a tiny bit of paint, okay?
What does burnishing mean, Leslie?
Burnish just means that it's sealing my edge. So even though this is painter's tape, paint still gets underneath here. It still does. So you gotta lay something, you gotta paint over the edge of it.
Creates a shield.
It seals it. So you can either do a clear top coat to do that, or you can just use whatever your base coat was. And I usually use the base coat because that's what's sitting right here in front of me because I just used it. All right, so this dries really, really fast. Do you see that? Look, here's my clean hand. This is already dry. Nothing on my hand. It's already dry. All right, so I'm ready to start laying down my gravel road. I'm just gonna do one coat. It's not gonna be a fancy coat. I'm just gonna shake up my little, this is an 8-ounce size, by the way. Dixie Belle paint comes in 8-ounce sizes, 16-ounce sizes, and also a 32-ounce quart as well. So these are what I recommend for the beginners. I recommend these right here. You can get them with my link right above this video. This is a really good beginner size. And as a matter of fact, if you noticed in the kit, that's what sizes are in the kit. The Dixie Belle, my Dixie Belle kit that comes with the transfers. If you came on late, you didn't get to see the unboxing of my kit in this precious box, please go back and watch the beginning so that you can see if you order my inspiration box or any of the other brand ambassadors inspiration boxes, they look like this right here when they come to you. All right, so I've got my gravel road. Babe, what time is it?
It's 20 minutes to 8.
Oh, mercy. Okay, we're gonna do this really fast, okay? We're gonna have to move over to my channel when we're done. So I can show you the next step, but we're at least gonna get this far. All right, we're gonna get through this and we're gonna untape. Here we go. Gravel road right here. And I'm just gonna start going up and down just like this. It's mixing a little bit with some of the white. I'm good with that, totally good with that. I don't wanna have a lot of paint on my brush. I'm just wanting it to be sort of a organic look. When I say organic, I just mean less than perfect. I do not want this to be a perfect look. If you want a perfect look, go for it. You can be super careful while you're putting it on. See how this is darker than that? You can make it super dark if you want to. I just want it to be sort of whatever happens. Because this is just gonna be an underlayer to some other things that I have planned for this piece. So I'll be doing shading and shadowing and waxing. I'll be building on it. But for those that we've been talking to about doing beginner piece, we could stop with just the pink that's on the front. You could be done. Or you could turn your piece around, pick a spot and tape it off just like I'm showing you right here. And then you can have, this is next level, guys. This is next level stuff. And you can do this. Everybody can, anyone can do this. You don't have to have a steady hand. You don't have to have artistic skills. You just have to know the steps. All right, last line right over here up against the side. I get in that edge really good. All right. Okay, are you ready? Time, my favorite part. My favorite part. Hi, Jerry. Okay, here we go. We'll take that off and that off because that was our little extra. And we'll start with the vertical pieces first. Now, this isn't going to look like checkerboard when I take this off. Do y'all remember me telling you that we had to paint, we had to tape 3 more times? We've taped 1 and 2. We take this off, and then we got to go back and tape 3 and 4. So we have 2 more. Yes, Kay, next level. This is next level. Sorry, go ahead. Go ahead. So we have 2 more tapes. So this isn't going to look like checkerboard. This is only the beginning. Go ahead, babe.
Leslie wants to know if your kits come with instructions.
Yes, they come with this little card right here is in the kit, just like this. And there's a QR code. Do you see the QR code? And you scan that with your iPhone and it takes you to the instructions. And then on the back side, there's that's my signature, my picture, and there's a little love note there. A little love note from me. All right, so do y'all see what we have here? My paint is staying on, which is good. We detacked our tape, so that's good. Don't get too carried away when you're taking your tape off. Be gentle. And oh, come on. After, when I'm done here, Emily with Weathered Hearts Designs is going live as well after me right here on the Dixie Belle page. So y'all can stick around for her, and I'm gonna hop on over to Tracey's Fancy. So that is that. So let me turn it around so you can see. We're gonna move on, but I'm gonna have to close out of here. But let me turn it around and show you what it looks like when we do finish the next step, okay? Please hold. This is step one. This is the beginner level, all right? This is going next level, step one, not completed. This is completed, but not really completed because this is only the base coat to a much larger design idea that I have, okay? So we are gonna go wrap this up over on the other page. Thank y'all so much for being here tonight. I appreciate every single one of you guys for tuning in from all over the world. Thank you, Matt, for helping. You look very tired, Matt. Matt looks like he's falling asleep behind the camera. And Dixie Belle, I mean, Facebook, there's a stars thing in the way. And so I've not been able to see all of your comments. Like, I can hardly see the comments. It's really annoying.
It is annoying.
Oh my goodness. Thank you, Wanda. You're so sweet. You're so sweet. I love being here. So we're going to head over to my page. I love you guys. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you, Debbie, for sharing the link. Thank you, Joy. I appreciate you too. There is a link there if y'all want to head over to my website if you want to, but I will head to my page and we'll see Matt's phone calls, and we will see you guys next Wednesday, same time, same place. Okay? Y'all take care. Bye. Hey guys, we are live. Sorry, it takes us a minute. We are here. Hi, I am Tracey with Tracy's Fancy, and you are live on my page right now. I just came over from Dixie Belle Paint's page. We were live over there for about 45 minutes. How are we looking on Instagram, babe? Awesome. Okay. Hey, Julie, and hi, Debbie. I'm glad to see you here. Thank you for coming tonight and being here to help me out while I'm live. Debbie works with me, and she is there to send out any type of links or answer any questions or guide you towards maybe product or maybe something on my website, anything that I might mention. So she may be answering you guys a lot. Hi, Maureen. Hi, Nina. You did. You're working on your grandmother's clock. Oh, that's so fun. I love clocks. Love them. How long do I wait between coats? Amy, you're just like right for the question. So were you on the other live, Amy? Were you on the other live? Just until it's dry. I did it. I showed you. I painted the white. I heat gunned it, and then I painted the black, right? The white, and then it dried. 10, 15 minutes until it's dry. If you force dry it, it's about 10 minutes. If I don't force dry it here in San Antonio, Texas, my chalk paint is usually dry within about 15 or 20 minutes. Yay, I'm so excited too. Okay, so this is where we started. Oh, before. Okay, for those that weren't on my live, I'm sorry, y'all, if you were on my live a minute ago. Hi, Instagram, by the way. Thank you for being here tonight. I don't do that many lives. I try to go live every Wednesday night right here with Facebook and Instagram at the same time. So thank you so much for being here. We're in my shop. I am a whimsical, bold color furniture artist from San Antonio, Texas. I'm a brand ambassador for Dixie Belle Paint, also a health and wellness coach. So I have lots of energy. I like to have a really good time, keep things light and not too serious in the painting world. Were you wanting to say something, babe? Were you making a face? Okay, so Dixie Belle, this looks like a cake, and I asked Matt to repack it for me. This is a man for you, okay? I said, Matt, could you repack my inspo box from Dixie Belle?
I didn't know it was for the video.
This is what he did. It fell out the bottom.
Well,
babe,
would do that.
Seriously. Well, this really cute little box comes
makes it easier to
in the mail. Would you pull one out over there? Would you pull out one that's, I mean, babe. Yes, I'm going to do it on the video. I wanted to share it. I'm so proud of it. It's my little box. My little box.
You just set me up.
Anyway, this is how it comes. Let me show you. It looks like this when you get it. Can you see? Except that card is further down in it. So cute, right? So cute. Here you go. Here's another one. Here's someone else's. This one is, whose is this? This is Amy's. This is AJ Vintage Designs. This is Amy's. This is how Amy's looks. Amy's is red, and she's got the sunflower. Mine looked this cute too. And you can order any of the brand ambassador kits from my link. I put the link at the top of my, at the top of this video. Instagram, you can go to my link in bio for Dixie Belle, and you can go over there and buy any of these kits over there. So mine looked like this, except it was pink, and it had this pretty little silver ribbon and a bow. And then when you open it up, where'd my little card go? It's got this card, and this has my picture and a little love note. That's my signature, a little love note from me. It looks like this. And then on the other side is the actual chair. This is the chair that I did. And you can get this look in this box all in one place. And then it has a QR code right here, this little QR code that you scan with your phone, and it takes you over to my blog that gives you step-by-step instructions on how to get the same look. So I'm gonna show you what's in that box, and a lot of good wrapping is in the box. Dixie Belle is known for packaging. They package their stuff really, really well.
Yeah, they do.
They do really well, which helps me because I ship stuff out like gumball machines and tea sets, and I recycle all their bubble wrap. So the kits themselves, like I was saying on the other live, you can buy all this stuff separately. You can. It's no secret, right? You can go to my blog and find out how to do it. It's no secret. But a lot of people like a box. They like a kit, especially when it looks this pretty when it comes in the mail. So
it's so much easier that way.
it is easier. You just click. You just click and buy it. It's all there for you. So, you know, I said it's like Stitch Fix. You know, I can go buy those same clothes, but I like getting Stitch Fix and opening a box, and the tissue paper's folded so perfectly, and so I like it. So we've been asking for kits for a long time. We're really, really excited about them. And hi, Carrie. And so this is my first kit. Now, I also said that you don't have to do a chair. If painting fabric is not your thing and you don't want to do that, that's fine. You can still get this overall look and use everything that I did on the chair on a piece of furniture. You can do the same thing on a piece of furniture. So actually that's what I'm wanting to do with the other brand ambassadors boxes when I promote them, probably daily now going forward because we've got one of everybody's. I want to open it and then challenge myself to use it on anything that I have, whether it's a knife block or a jewelry box or a mailbox or something small that I have. I can use their paint colors that came in their box and their transfers and make something with their stuff. It doesn't have to be like the dresser. It doesn't have Amy's I think is a tea cart. I don't have to have a tea cart to do Amy's. I can still order Amy's kit and then use it however I want. So you get the Alice in Wonderland transfer, super, super, super high seller. I believe it's the top seller. I think it's the top seller, might be number 2. And you get the gold gemstone mousse. You get the clear spray wax because this is how I seal my fabric painted furniture. You get white lightning, of course, to clean your piece first. You get plum crazy, 8 ounces each. You get fluff, which is my favorite white. And you get caviar, which is my favorite black. So, oh, and there's a best dang wax. Where'd the best dang wax go? Where? And you get a best dang wax in black because that's how I intensified the deep, rich color of the plum crazy. It's kind of bright, and you put the black best dang wax on it. It makes it super, super dark and rich, and it's really cool. Looks really, really good over the gemstone mousse as well with the black wax on top. So that is that. I just want y'all to know that those are available, and you can use my link and go over there and shop any of those kits. If you've been apprehensive about ordering because you get overwhelmed when you go to the website, I literally have people message me and say, I need a list. I don't know what to order. I'm so overwhelmed when I go to the website. I can't find anything. Make me a list, please. Or can you sign in as me and fill my cart for me? That's what they say. And I'm like, oh my gosh, are you serious? So this is a step in the right direction. I think we'll be having a lot more of these coming out down the line in the future. I don't know that for sure, but I just feel it. I think it's just like, it's easier. Okay, so let's move on to this piece. Are y'all ready? You're 6th. I have no doubt, girl. I had them send me like a load a load of Alice transfers, like one huge shipment of Alice transfers. So good for you, Nina. It's right up our alley, girl. Okay, so this is a nightstand that we did. We did it last week. I'm very focused on beginners right now. I'm really wanting to empower first-time painters. I'm really wanting people to know that you can paint. You don't have to be artistic. You don't have to be creative. You don't have to ever painted before. My sister was here visiting a couple weeks ago. She's never painted before. Will you get her box, baby? Right over there. The boho box, the one by the gumball machine. I walked her through on a live video this box, this little box that we found at Goodwill. It's a Ballot box, actually. She's never painted before, ever. And she painted this without my help. Well, I think I might have touched it like once while she was doing it. But it was live. Isn't that awesome? What a great job did she do. So she used the boho transfer. If you like this, you can get this transfer with my link as well. These are the mandala silk screen. That's where this is. This is, I believe, part of the boho silk screen stencil right here as well. And this is gold mousse, guys. Those of you that's struggling with gold mousse, I love it so much. And this is gold mousse. Do you see the reflection? I mix it with gloss top coat and it's beautiful. You love it? I love it. So this was her very first piece and she's gifted it to a friend of hers. I'm actually going to be delivering that to her. So beginners can do it. You just have to have someone to guide you step by step. Just, you know, you don't look at that and go, oh, I could never do that. Yeah, you could. She did it. All right. Okay. So this would be a nightstand, something you had in your house. You didn't like it. You did 2 coats. You cleaned it and you painted 2 coats and that's it. And you were like, wow, that looks like a totally different piece. You can stop right here. But if you want to keep going and level up, you can take it to the next level, which I'm going to do. I'm going to do probably 4, 5, 6 different layers on this nightstand. But it all starts right here. Under every amazing, fabulous piece that you see, there is this. It all started right here. Remember last week we said, even those fancy ladies at the makeup counter at Nordstrom's that look all like runway models and all, they put their underwear on the same way, their panties on the same way we do.
I thought they were doctors or scientists.
No, they're not. They're just
they're all wearing lab coats.
Right. Maybe they are. And doctors and scientists also put their underwear on the same way. You know, this is it. This is the base coat. It's the beginner level.
Underwear when you...
Panties.
Get your pants.
Whatever.
Get
your
pants.
pants.
One leg at a time, yeah.
I don't know, because I was talking about women. One leg at a time. All right, so this is the finished side. Are you ready? This is the well, it's not finished. This is not finished. So we went from this to this, and then we did it live on the other video on the other side. So I'm not done here. I left the corners undone because I'm going to be doing some gold leafing and some shadowing and waxing and gold mousse and lots of stuff. But this is the next part of my layer, my next layer. And we did this checkerboard pattern. Now, you can use a ruler and you could draw out your lines this way, this way, this way, this way, this way, and sit and hand paint them. It's the way I prefer to do it. And if I weren't teaching this, it's how I would have done it. Or you can use a stencil, but your stencil would have to be cut so that it fits in here right, okay? All right, so those are options. So now we did this live from start to not quite finished. We're gonna finish it right now. We did a coat of Sawmill Gravy on this inset right here. 1 coat, just a simple coat of, Matt, put your big girl panties on, Debbie said. 1 simple coat of Sawmill Gravy. And then we taped off with all of this tape right here. We taped off and we end up with this, right? Okay, so that's 2 layers of tape, vertical lines and horizontal lines. If you missed it, you can catch it over on the Dixie Belle page. I'm also working on a YouTube video and that will be going up. I'll let y'all know. I'll post on Facebook and Instagram when that YouTube video goes up, but I'll step by step you through that process as well. Vertical and horizontal, we burnished with the Sawmill Gravy and we painted with the charcoal gray. Took the tape off and here we are. Let's do it again. It was so much fun. Let's do it again, all right? So let's do, I'm gonna turn this a little bit. Can Instagram see okay if I spin it a little bit? Mm-hmm. All right, so we are gonna do horizontal. I am going to, D-E-tack, D-E dash T-A-C-K, D-tack. I put it on my sweatpants or I run it across the front of my shirt, pull it up. If you've got a drop cloth, you can do that. It's so, isn't One Leg at a Time a sitcom? Julie, I don't know, is it? Is that a sitcom?
One day at a time?
One Leg at a Time.
Never heard of that.
We haven't heard of it, Julie. So now you're going to put your tape on top of your black pieces. You've made the black pieces. Now you're going to put your tape on. We're going to cover them up. So let's do horizontal lines first. We're just going to start. We're going to do exactly what we did the first time, but we're just covering up our black. Okay. Like I said, it was so much fun. Just like this. One day at a time. That's making me think. That's a song, right? One day. How's it go? One day at a time, sweet Jesus. How does that song go? Sweet Jesus. Oh, you know who sang that? Oh my goodness. Kenny Rogers. Didn't Kenny Rogers sing that song? I think Kenny Rogers sang it. Well, he may have done a remake, but I know he sang it. I don't know if he was the first one. It's probably a gospel song. The base color, April, is tea rose. It's gorgeous, isn't it? Tea rose. So it's a pink, but it's actually kind of a beigey pink. Kind of a very neutral pink. It's not an in-your-face pink at all. Tea rose. And I chose not to use black and white for my checks or my stripes, which I usually do. I wanted this piece to be more muted. So I went with Sawmill Gravy as my white, which it's not even a white. One Day at a Time was a sitcom a long time ago. Someone said. A long time ago. Oh, is that the one with Valerie Bertinelli?
Yes.
Oh my gosh. That was Valerie Bertinelli. I loved that show. No, Amber.
One leg at a time is on a different shape.
One Leg at a Time is something else. Matt.
Never heard of that.
Yeah, One Day at a Time was the show with Valerie Bertinelli. I loved that show.
And Schneider.
Yeah, Schneider, the handyman, right?
Yeah.
Schneider. That was such a good show.
They remade it. It's on again right now.
Is it?
Yeah.
Talk loud so they can hear you.
They remade that show. I can't speak for the quality. Doesn't look very good to me.
Oh,
but it's
3:20 a.m. but had to watch. Sarah, what? Are you serious? Where are you? Sarah, where are you? 3:20 a.m. Oh, you must be in, well, European time somewhere. Yeah. Wow, girl. Girl, did you set your alarm?
Oh, that's Hawaii time. Is she in Hawaii?
Well, it's 6 hours ahead. That's how, solely 6 hours ahead.
Oh, it's ahead. I thought she was 5
Yeah.
hours behind.
All right, so let's see. Julie was trying to make a joke. Oh,
Merle Haggard.
Julie. Julie was making a joke like you made about One Leg at a Time.
Oh.
I think. Okay, you guys are on the same wavelength. All right, there we go. We've covered all the black. Now, you probably are asking, what do you do about the vertical because you can't see your black? But I don't know if y'all can see that very well. Well, you can. I can kind of see the shadow of it. I can see through the tape. I can see through the tape, so I can see where my tape goes. So I'm going to cover it. I feel like I already said that, but it's because I filmed a YouTube earlier, so I did already say this. I said it on YouTube. Okay, so here we go. Taping off just like that, covering that.
I'm not sure that was straight.
What?
I think the bottom is too far to the left. Maybe it's...
Well, I can't change it, baby. I have to go where the black is. Otherwise, it won't make a checkerboard. So let me turn because he's saying I'm getting a little wonky, but I don't think I am. I think he's wonky. I think Matt's wonky. Plus, the garage is crooked. But yeah, this one does seem to go a little bit, but maybe...
Oh, you.
Well, it is what it is. We'll cover it up with a transfer. Transfers hide a lot, you guys. Oh, Sarah's in Spain. Malaga? Sherry, hi, honey. Sherry, I have boxed up your kit that you won for the cactus sign that you read my mind. Has anyone ever tried using their paint in an airbrush for stencil? For stencil? I have not.
You might have to water it down a little because it's so thick.
Well, yeah, people use them. People spray paint all the time with their chalk mineral paint, but I don't know about for stenciling. I think is her question mainly. Anyway, Sherry, I boxed you up some paint and some of the silk screen stencils, which are so much fun. I did kind of like a farmhouse truck one for you. April says it's just after 11 there in Sydney. Okay, let's see. Looking for those black squares, covering them up perfectly. And we've got one more row. One more row. Yeah, I like these colors too. Do y'all remember? Who remembers where I got my inspiration for this piece? It didn't have checks on it, I will say that. It did not have checks, but I just liked the colors of it in general and decided I would make my own version in whimsical style, but I used the colors. One more little piece down here. All right. Okay, so then you just run your hand or a rag, whatever you want to do. We did it like this earlier. Just run it down. You want to make sure that your tape is down really, really well because now we're going to burnish our tape. B-U-R-N-I-S-H. Why do you detack your tape? Despina, hi, sweetie. Yes, Rhonda, Hobby Lobby, you are so right. It was a piece of wall art at Hobby Lobby. Despina, I detack my tape because sometimes the tape is really tacky, like cement on the other side, super tacky. And you go to pull it up and it'll pull some of your tape off. I mean, some of your paint off, especially if you've just painted, which I have just painted. But Dixie Belle paint very rarely lifts with the tape, but sometimes it does. Just depends on what surface that because most of us are in a rush and you haven't let your paint cure long enough. Okay, so now we have to seal. We have to burnish or seal our edges. So I'm going to take the same brush. It's just that 1-inch chalk brush that I had. I'm going to spray a little bit of water on my bristles just to get all of this dark gray off of here because I do want to only paint with the Sawmill Gravy. And there is a lot of dark paint on here. All right. Okay, so I'm going to take, I don't want to coat my tape. I'm not using a roller. I'm not using a large brush. I just want to burnish very lightly. So I'm just going to take my brush here and I'm just going to run it up just like this. So what this does is this seals all of the edges of the tape, both horizontal and vertical, so that when we go back and we put the charcoal color on there, the charcoal doesn't seep through and make us have a bunch of feathery looking lines on our squares. We want our squares to be crisp and clean, pretty crisp and clean. The same thing goes for stripes. This is the same thing, we do stripes a lot on my page and we talk about burnishing your stripes. It's the same exact thing. Now, why wouldn't I just use a larger brush or a roller? Well, you tend to use more paint. And I don't want my tape to start bubbling up and be like super wet. If you put too much paint on there, the tape kind of gets like a little bubbled look to it and it doesn't, I feel like it lifts. So I feel like this is better. It's super dry. It's better to be careful, take your time, and you'll end up with sharper edges. Now, this is me just being messy. I mean, honestly, sometimes some people are like this. I can't do that. I just need to get it done. So I'm just doing the whole square at once because I want it to be all sides. But this is our last step. Once this is done, the chalkboard's done. So it's taken 4 tapes, right? Horizontal and vertical once, burnish, dark color, take it off. Make sure it's dry, Then horizontal and vertical again, over the top of the darker colors. Burnish, dark color, and take it off. See, this is something that a beginner can do. You don't have to have any type of skill to do this. You just have to know what steps to do it in. So when people think that you have to be super skilled, you know, oh, I'm a beginner, I can't do checks. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. All right, so that's my Sawmill Gravy. Actually, I see a little spot here I missed. Now, because I put it on so dry, it's already dry. So I did this, well, there's nothing on me. See that? There's nothing there. My hand's dry. No paint. That's how dry it went on. If you rolled that on, or if you used a large or normal size paintbrush, you wouldn't be able to do that. But it's enough that it sealed my edges. Okay, so now I'm gonna shake up my gravel road. This is a charcoal gray with a brown undertone. I love it so much. Can all the chalk paint colors be used for a chalkboard if you don't seal it? Or is it only the black? Any of the colors can be used for a chalkboard if you don't seal it. But you do need to, yeah, any of the colors. It doesn't have to be black. But you do need to let that cure. You for sure need to let that cure because you're probably not gonna put a top coat on that. So you just wanna paint it, sand it back really well, and then you know you have to, what do they call that? What do you, season it? You have to season it. So you turn a piece of chalk sideways and you season the whole thing and then erase it off, and then you need to let that dry for, you know, a decent amount of time before you actually use it as an actual chalkboard. But yeah, it can be any color. Okay, so now I'm just using the lid. I missed the beginning. Why no squares? Oh, because I have, there's actually not going to be any up here either. It's on the other side. It's like that as well because I have, this is just going to be like an underlayer for some other stuff that's going on. This is just like part of the process. I'm just hiding that there. I'm going to be doing some gold leaf and stuff. So it's just, stuff's going to be happening. Going to be some happening over there. All right, so now I'm dipping my brush. This is what I'm doing. I'm dipping my brush, and then you see my rag? I'm running my rag, running my paintbrush into my rag a little bit because I also want it to be dry. And I'm just gonna start running this up and down the line like this. I don't want it to be heavy. It's mixing with my white just a little bit. I'm totally okay with that. You know, I was talking on, I think it was the YouTube, I was saying, have you ever really looked at Mackenzie Child's checks? They look completely hand painted, and they're mixed. They're mixed with a little bit of white and a little bit of yellow or gold, whatever you want to call that color. And this is, you know, I don't want a perfect look. If you want a perfect look, great. You can have a perfect look, but I'm purposefully not. Why is my nose itching? I'm purposefully not doing that. I'm going to be shading and shadowing and distressing areas, gold leafing. Are you okay over there, babe?
I'm good.
Is Instagram completely quiet, or are you just ignoring them?
Quiet. Nobody's saying anything.
Instagram, Matt is watching. If you have any questions and you want to ask, he's watching y'all's comments. If you have any information that you would like, or you want to ask me something, ask away. So you see what I'm doing? I'm just kind of going back, and this is all muddled down here. I'm fine with that. Like I said, I have other plans for those spaces. So let's start taking some tape off. Let's get this off first. Let's take our vertical pieces off. It's my favorite part. Will you please finish the rest on Dixie Belle Live or on your page so we can go along with you? Yes, and I actually will be doing the whole thing on a YouTube video as well. So I won't do any of it without it being available somewhere. And then, of course, I always blog. Y'all know I do a blog every week. And if I've done a YouTube video, my blog will have the YouTube videos embedded in there as well. Miss Debbie, who's on here right now, actually does my blogs for me. She makes my blogs pretty. I write them, and she makes them pretty.
Liz says she's fascinated by your creativity.
Aw, thank you, Liz. Is that on Instagram?
That's on Instagram.
Thank you, Liz. That's really sweet. Okay, y'all ready? Here we go. What? What is that? Is that a checkerboard pattern? It is. And would you look how sharp our lines are? See, that extra burnishing step is worth it, right? So worth it. Now, anyone can do this. Anyone can do this. Do not forget to detack your tape. Don't forget. Amber, it's all right. Remember the top corner and the bottom corner I've just left blank because I have other plans. What about that? Doesn't that look good? So we have beginner pink. Okay, you're feeling comfortable and you want to take it to the next level. You can do some checks because somebody just showed you how, right? And then we have more to go. But that gets us through this week's tutorial. And I hope you loved it. Thank you, Miss Juana. Thank you, Despina and Amber. Thank you. I think it's crazy that I have more people on my own page than I had on Dixie Belle. That's so crazy. I'm not used to that. I'm not used to that at all. Katie. Hi, Katie. How are you? Oh my gosh, I was just thinking about you guys. I was just thinking about sharing my Geo dresser. And I was wondering how y'all were doing. Good to see you. Thank you, Carrie. I know Julie's like, no, keep going. I can't. I got to go pick up my girl. What time is it?
It's that time.
It is. We got to go pick up Zadie. She's at her friend's house. So, but I will stop. And if I do video, either we'll be live or I will be making a YouTube video, okay? So thank y'all so much. Like I said, tag someone, share it. That really helps me. And you like that pink, Sherry. I know you do, hon. Brenda, thank you so much. Dana, thank you. Lisa, thank you. Thanks, Instagram, for being here. I love you guys. And if you ever have any questions, just comment right here in the video and I will see it. Tag me, let me know. And we will see you guys next week. Okay, talk to y'all soon. Bye.